Looks like it's working. Alright. Posted. Alright, looks like I'm live. Cool. Now, let's see what we can get going here. Let's see. Looks like I've got the GPUs going. Alright. Let's see. Let's see what we've got. This is on 8001. So I gotta get the other one going. Alright, so cycle 1, cycle 2, don't need that. 1, okay. This is just getting llama going on the B70s. I can run that on both of them. Alright. Okay, that looks good. Yeah, I'm not really worried about chorus because it's on the LAN. Okay. Alright, so the idea here is I've got two B70s. They do about 60 tokens a second. If I run them at the same time, you can do that, but if you try to do tensor parallelism, it'll cut your speed in half. If you try to do layer parallelism, you'll get to load larger stuff like 64 gigs or so, but it's not going to give you any speed benefit. So to get the speed benefit, I have to run two models that fit in 32 gigs. It's pretty easy to find something. But it does mean that I'm using like a 3-bit quant, but I'm able to get like full context. All right, so this is going. I've got my Hermes agent going for looking for things. This is something I built earlier. It just goes out and does research for businesses. Like if you wanted to get information about, let's say we want to know about Intel, you just type that in and it goes out and search. Make sure my fire crawl is up, and it is not, so I have to pull it back up. Let's make sure this is going. It's probably went to sleep is why it's doing this. Okay, those are up. Good deal. Alright. So if you want to do business with Intel, it'll go out and tell you who to contact. what steer is used for. You can give it commands that do not interrupt its flow. And it's forgetful. It just has to do with the way attention works. All right, let's see what we get. Let's remind it where it lives. Oh, let's delete that. It's cool. If you queue a command, you can cancel it if you see that it's doing what you need. Oh no, that's cool. So you can actually run this and it'll go hunt for different things. Alright, let's see if I start Langflow. Actually, remove Langflow and re-pull it. Alright, so here we go. Well, how about that? You get the CEO, you get the CTO, get the VPs. That's neat here. So you can ask it in plain English. That should be able to tell you who to contact. So these LLMs can work like executive assistants if you really want. So it's probably going to come up with a different contact than these. Really? And then it redirects you to the standard place. So that way you don't go bugging an individual person, I guess. It shows you some insight here that you would not normally get otherwise. That's kind of interesting. You occasionally get that kind of info. Alright, let's see about Langflow. Langflow is like a LangChain but local, so let's see. Bring this over so you can see it. this thing. Alright. Really? Alright. Alright. Well, let's see. Where's your GitHub? There we go. Let's go. Linux way. Forget the form. Is there a Docker way to do this? Okay. Let's try this. Yep, I'm not gonna do it there. Do it here. See what we got here. Let's see what we have available. Oh my gosh, really? I can't. This is what happens when you scroll. That's a bug. I can't read what these last two are. If I can drag. No, cannot drag. Well, let's oh, didn't get it. There we go. There we go. Okay. If you use the arrow keys, you can get it to scroll. That's really weird. Okay, sequential. That's interesting. So this might actually be what I want. Let's take a look at this real quick, see what else we've got. There it goes again. So there's a block wrap, that comes in there. Okay, so that's one way to get your account muted. Let's see. All I really want is if it will cooperate. That's not what I wanted. There we go. All right. It was the task. Portfolios. There we go. Let's see what this is. Enhance. Chain multiple agents. Okay, let's come up with an idea of what we want to do. Okay. Stream up. Where's the so this is just what we got. Just alright, let's do this. Let's see what else we got. So this. Let's see what kind of agents we got here. Okay. I think this is the one I'm interested in. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to break this down. Here we go. Alright, feature implementation. Let's do asset creation and integration. Okay, we don't need that. We don't need that. Okay, so let's see. Alright, so the idea here is that we're going to have part of this manual, part of it automated, because I don't have enough VRAM to run these in a loop unless I run everything on the B70s. And if I run it on the B70s, it runs at about a third of normal speed. Alright, so that's what we need. So I needed to rehash this in a way that I can just put in nodes into the workflow here. Let's see. Yeah, this isn't what I need. I'm just going to start with a blank workflow. Really? Alright, well, can I just... New flow blank. Yeah, blank flow, there we go. Alright, So we're going to have text input, text output, and then can I name this node? Seriously. Wow. Interesting. Is there a file? Okay, we're gonna have a file that's need file output. Interesting. Send by API. Seriously? Wow. Okay. Directory. First load. That's not what I need. Alright, text output chat. I'm just gonna do chat output for now. I'll have to make an endpoint for that later. And the endpoint would be a place that just writes to disk. Alright, so text input, we're gonna say... Let's go to Hermes and see what I already have. This thing... Okay, do I have anything interesting here? Oh, wow. Yeah, that is not something I want to do. It really simplified things. Card Battler sounds kind of cool. I already have a engine that works in Flutter for moving cards around. Let's see. No, these are not popular yet. Let's see. This is what happens when you get a loop. Yay, spam! And let's see, 8 seconds, 9 seconds, 10 seconds. Oh, that one didn't hang up. They usually do. Oh, there it is. Mm-hmm. Okay, this is where I was trying to make a tile editor. Let's see what these settings are on this side. Interesting. Okay, so this is... Ah, okay. Go to... Yes, others. Okay. Over here. Hermes desktop. Typos, the curse of the developer. So what we got here? All right. Yeah, Sounds like it's gone through everything. It's like I had a goal happen. Deleted their original prompt. Okay, that's where I was playing around with the other things. Okay, what do we have? Design documents. Oh, really? Interesting. So I can't scroll. Okay. Let's get this up so we can see. Just to give you an idea of what is here. Yeah, I actually made that. It's got a glass effect. So this is closer to what I was going for. It's like an actual 2D items that you can use in a game. And these scenes are almost what I need, not quite as detailed as I would like. These are a little better. Oh wow, that is cursed. Yeah, so a lot of these are going to have to be fixed up by hand if they're to be used at all. Some of them are doable, like if they don't have a face. Let's see. What else we got? Tiles. No. Tile sets. Okay, there we go. This is me trying to get a tile set generator going. Not quite there. Getting a little closer with these. And older ones. So the idea is to be able to bulk do some of the art. That way, since I can't draw, I can actually get something done. See, some of these have got like the beginnings of something that looks halfway decent, but it took the term tile to the extreme because it looks like it's a ceramic tile because it's got these borders around that really doesn't have to have. Now this is actually usable, because what I can do is I can cut this bit out here, and then I can add some variations to it, and then this can easily be a hedge. So there's a couple of good ones there. And then in this one I can slice bits and pieces of it and make it into something usable. Same for that. So I might end up doing a lot of this manually, but using AI as the starting point. All right, and then yeah, these are examples for the like good ones and bad ones. The idea is that it would learn. So you can see that first iteration really sucks. Second one, yeah, not so great. The third one's starting to get there. It'd probably take a few more times before it figured out how to do it right. But then before trying to train it, it almost had it there too. Alright, so there's some UI icons that I could probably do. I don't see how that's an item. Flip it upside down, I got a glass. Let's see. It's kind of neat to try to make like logos for each place, but it did not get the spelling right. Typical fails. Alright. Come on around. Okay. There's that. Let's see. See if this is any good. You never know what you'll get with these. So you actually have to listen to every one of them. It's almost usable. That one's a weird one. This is the one that I'll like. Yeah, I think this is the one that turned out really good. Actually, this is not it. There's another generation of that turned out a lot better. Let's see. I actually pulled it out so it wouldn't delete it. Ah, it's that one. That one makes you want it to keep going for another couple of minutes. This is decent background music. And all I did was feed it into Comfy UI and it spits this out. But I didn't actually do it, the harness did it. And it's spec-driven development, but it's not really development because it's all generated. Let's see. It's not even code. So if I go here, So here's a to-do for the music. So it just pulls it all out. So the idea here is that you create your specifications and you just run with it. And now one thing let's get that where you can hear me. One thing I did do here is I did have an eval loop where it would go, let's see. Is it in here? Audio. Where is that? See, it loves Python. It will make so many scripts. So here's one for test audio. Okay, that looks like it was a generation test. Let's see, where is that? So much throwaway code. It's basically write-only code. Let's see, agents. Is it in here? Okay, that is not in there. Music. So I had it generate all of the basic structure for each aspect of the game. Probably have to. Oh, too bad that doesn't work. Let's see. So this is just starter code. Alright. I wonder if I have a URL unpopulated yet. Yeah, this is just the code part of it. So let's see what I did with this. Ah, there we go. That's what I was looking for. So we have specs, and then the idea is that it would analyze for patterns in the audio, and then use that as a feedback to see if it failed or not. Failed generation just sounds horrible. Let's see if I can find one. let's see. Should be an assets audio. Yeah, well, let's see if any of these have actually generated. No, those haven't gone through yet. Those are just folders. Oh, one of these probably sucks. Let's see. Is that it? Oh, that. Yeah, those are not even generated. Let's see. One of these probably is really bad. Let's see. Yeah, that's not really that good. That's not too bad, but yeah, there's one that I'm trying to figure out how to filter out. Notice that doesn't really have any musical qualities for most of the song. So yeah, that's not good. So it's a work in progress. Let's see. Okay, so that's going, and okay, text input, models, which model we're gonna do, interesting. How do I change this to use a different model provider? Looking for OpenAI compatible. It's one of my pet peeves about this is it assumes you want to use the cloud, and I do not. Let's see. Put agent here. Connect other models. Thank you. Now I can do it. Okay, so agent lets me do that. So can I do model? Oh, shoot. So if I do a language model there, and then really? What the heck? Alright, so if I do Olama, and then we're not gonna call it that, we're just gonna go 13 8,000 model name, refresh. Does it even work? Refresh. And let's see if this is even live. Yeah, it is. Go figure. Okay, so copy. Why can't I type the model name in? Refresh. Wow, that's annoying. We're gonna call it LM Studio, even though it's not LM, even though it's Llama. 13. We're gonna do this. Model name, refresh. Ah, there we go. Okay. So what you do is you plug this to this, and then system message. One thing you can do is I can take this, I can go do this, and then if you want to chain them, you can take the model response and put it as input, and you can do it that way. But one thing you may want to do is you may want to process the shoot. That's what we'll do. Okay. Let's see. So we have that here, and then we can do this. 2 for 5. Let's see, this is actually serving here. Okay, and refresh list. And there we go. These are basically the same model running on 3 devices. Okay, so the idea here is that I've got to have a way to feed multiple models specs and have it generate commands from those specs. Okay, so chat output, so you can actually, oh, that's interesting. Is there any, okay, structured, oh, is there a merge? You know, I think I can do this. I think this is how you get it done. Doesn't make sense, but I think this is how it works. So you can do like a mixture of agents thing here, what do I want to say? Mood. Let's just say example here. So the idea is you get the mood of the text and an outline of the text, and let's see what happens when I first have it create some input for me so you can see. Let's just go here. Let's do. Short story out of this. Paste it in as input, then we'll see what comes out the other end. Alright. Copy. Paste. Alright. Let's see what happens. Alright. No files to process. Interesting. So if I run this, then I run this, this, and this. Interesting. That should be running though. Okay, so let's see. Prompt template. Parser, data. Let's see. There's save file. That's useful. See what I can do here. I think I know what this has to be. I think this has to be chat input. Let's see if this works. If I can do this. Okay. No files to. What? Where's the. There's a file component? Where's the file component? Seriously? There is no file component. Alright. Just make a new one. Copy that because I need that. New flow. Blank flow. Alright. Chat input here. Chat output here. And then. What is it? Models? That will not work because I can't do custom base. Guess I gotta use agents for this. And then other models, and then we're gonna do LM Studio because it's probably gonna work. Okay, so input, and then we're going to do this, select model name, And let's see, so I can do that. So if I do that, then response. Okay, I think this is what I need, and I don't need that. And I can multiplex this. Maybe? No? Oh, that is annoying. If I do that, it can take one. Combine, there we go. Okay, so I gotta do type conversions, I do believe. Let's see, type convert to data. Okay. Yeah, this is a little convoluted, but there is a way to do it. Okay, so if I do that, then I go here. And then do a type convert. No, it's not a data operation, it's type convert, message output, and then if you do a chat output, you can get all three of these at once. And what this does is it fires on all GPUs simultaneously. It's kind of neat. Alright, so if I do chat output, we'll be able to see it. Alright, so what can I do? Let's just see what it comes up with. Alright, so we're just going to put this in here, and prompt 3. Prompt 3, okay. So we're going to see what happens here. Alright, we've got a chat window. What do we do with that? Let's pop in this. Got a story. The stories of Alara. Let's see what happens. So it's hitting all the GPUs in parallel. Let's see. wonder how I can actually get back to where I was now. There we go. Still processing. So it looks like that first one's done, this one's going. Okay, that one finished. Let's see what happened. Validation error input. Interesting. Input. We're just gonna change it to message. Oh, I can't do that. So if I put it as data, and then data operations, well, that's weird. This used to work. Okay, so it does fire. Let's see. Looks like I'm going to try to figure this out here. These in here. Ah, that's where the bones are. So there's Lim's 2. Let's see if I can do it this way. See if it actually works. I don't know if it does, but we will find out. This might be the way. And here it goes on the other one. See, I'm getting 70 and 53 there. I don't know why that one's going so much slower. $40.90's already done. Okay, so there we go. Our recommendation. Oh, that's funny. That's just because of how the prompt's structured. That is weird. So this is actually destructuring it into components. Like you've got your yeah, it wasn't exactly the kind of input that this needs. So garbage in, garbage out. I told a story. I didn't ask for anything that required a decision. But this is just an example of how you can run one prompt through 3 models in parallel. So it could actually do something. We're going to have to do some of this off camera to be able to build the workflow that I want to do. Because the idea is I'll go over here and have a spec processor. Like I'll be able to take a game design document and have it go to town. So if I go to like a high level here, let's see, the highest level, it's not even there. Is it in the root? All definitions. It's in docs, okay. So this actually created a project plan. Alright. And production plan. So it's pretty involved. This is not something one guy can do very easily. 1,000 pieces of art plus the code, plus the music. Alright, and then... So it has like a... thing. I'm gonna have to adjust a lot of this. Make it right. And what's cool is it got the colors defined just to make it look good. So it actually went out and searched the web to find out what exactly is happening in the space. So the idea is I'm going to have something that I can put the I can put these markdown files into, and then it goes to town starting building the bits of the game that it can build. And I may or may not use Unity MCP. We'll see about that. But this is not something you would normally run on a desktop model. It's just that's what I have. You would probably want to have something like Kimi K3 running at speed to be able to do some of this, but I don't have 30 grand. So I'm just going to see how far I can push it. So I have these two going. So this is lane flow. Another thing I can do is come UI. And to do that, I actually have to make VRAM by injecting this model. And then this can just sit there. And let's see. Okay. Alright, here we go, and there we go. And there's this guy. So this is another one of those workflow things, but it does have APIs that can be called. And the idea is that you can have the you can have Hermes Agent or LaneFlow go in and call these APIs. And everything shows up in the output folder, but it can also do downloading, and that's how the assets made it here. So over here, what is in here? Oh, that's that. I'm gonna try to use Moss sound effects, see if I can generate sound effects. That audio sound effect generation thing isn't quite working. I've gotten output from it before, and it sounded pretty decent. Alright, let's see. Where is that? It's in assets. See, I've got prompts for all of these, like here's one for the characters. See, it creates detailed descriptions. I'm gonna have to go through these and look for stuff like anytime that it gives a resolution, I'm gonna have to change that. So there's a little bit of tweaking that you have to do to be able to get everything out. Props and objects, I might have to make some of these. Alright. See, cutscene, see. I'm gonna multiply that by 4. 360. There we go. Save that. Gonna have to get it to make like a overworld map for the game because it's kind of neat. There's also a website that's generated for it. So there it is. So the idea is just a JRPG that has consequences. Like you can have a character that can actually be encountered or not encountered. You can have them actually have permadeath, so you miss out on arcs of the story if you don't keep them alive. Alright, let's see. Templates. I need to try stable audio, see if that's any good. Text audio. That might be good stuff. Let's load this guy. Don't need that. Why is he there? Okay. Let's see if this works. Do a little quick one shot. Is it running? Maybe. There it goes. So you want to have the GPU with the most compute to be running these media. Huh, interesting. Alright, and then... Yep, it is working. Okay. So let's see what happens if I manually run one of these through. Let's see. Characters, VFX, cutscenes, NPC, audio. Where are the audio prompts? Cutscenes, VFX. That's interesting. Okay, so let's see. What happens if I do this? See what happens. I just typed it in. Copy and paste to remote desktop doesn't work too great. Here it goes. Cool. Maybe I need to manually do this. Maybe the workflow's broken. Because that sounds good. Let's see what this is supposed to be. That's supposed to be the title screen, so cool. Okay. That's a keeper. A little bit of artifacts at the end, but not noticeable. See what happens now. This one kind of repeats a little bit, so I might not want to keep that one as much. Let's see, this one's supposed to be Hazelberg. Let's see if that sounds any good. The next one, yeah, it does the repeating thing. not everything that comes out is good. Less is more, see if that works better. Let's see. Sometimes you need to let the models do their thing with just barely any guidance. Got some jazz. Go figure. I'm just gonna rerun it and see what happens. Well, I didn't change it. Oh, let's do the seed. Seed. Where is the seed? Ramos. Seed. There we go. Let's see if RNG is on our side. Alright, let's get a different rhythm, see what happens. Different pace, different rhythm, different music. See if I can do it by region, that might be cool. All I did was add Morse to it and see what happens. Totally different. See if I can pick it up. So I increased the tempo, I added a couple of words. More like you beat the game or something. Roll the credits. If I change it to Celtic, it should pick up the pace. Sounds like. I'm actually generating faster than it can play. Hey, traditional sounding. There you go. Huh. Let's see. Let's try this. Let's say we lost the fight. Change it to minor. Let's see what happens. Let's try this. I'm gonna try making vocals for this, see if it works. It might. Oh, well. Let's try. Okay, let's see what happens. And off it goes. Might not have enough time. 2 minutes might be too short. What happens if it's too short is it'll skip words. Alright.
king's crown rusts in the mud and the blade. No more sounds out on the border of sleep. No promises made and no promises keep. The baptism water has washed the old name, but the ghost of the forest still whispers my shame. I sit by the fire of a dying year, and
It's crazy what you can do with this stuff. Oh, it did it! It did the thing! That's funny. So what you gotta do... So you actually have to go in and you have to delete everything in parentheses because it will catch that. So...
Lost in the mist where the ancestors dwell, the last of the friends with a story to tell. Silent, so silent, the song is undone.
Yeah, okay, so this model didn't like that. It might need brackets instead of parentheses, but I'm just deleting it instead. And then we're gonna go up to a 500 seconds. Let's see. That might be too much. It's almost 10 minutes. Let's see. 300 is 5 minutes, so we're gonna go 280. Okay, that might be better. That's one reason that I like to generate instrumentals, is because you end up not having to do that editing step. And if you wanted to get vocals, you could actually have somebody hired to do that. Let's see if this is better. This is 4 minutes, 40 seconds long.
Ride rolls black through the weeping willow shade. The ride rolls black through the weeping willow shade. The king's crown rusts in the mud and the blade. Low songs out on the border of sleep. No promises made and no promises keep. The baptism water has washed the old name, but the ghost of the forest still whispers my shame. I sit by the fire of a dying year and wipe away the frost from my beard and my tear. Strings snap with a mournful cry under the grey of a Frankish sky. My brother falls where the wildflowers grow, and I am left guarding the wind and the snow. Oh, we fall, we fall. The song is undone.
Okay, on that note, I think I've got some work to do. That's kind of cool. Kind of crazy, but cool.